Welcome back. So, in a previous video, I told you that there's some monsters coming. You're definitely going to see some right here. You'll see two of them, plus another rare piece I was able to find. That's just inexpensive, or at least it was for me, fortunately. But we're going to start off with something that you've kind of seen, that you've seen before. But every once in a while it pops up really cheap. And it's one of those things I just have to pull the trigger on it. That's a signed postcard, 1955, Al Rosen. Eventually I'll get these slabbed, my PSA. But nice little postcard there. Always nice to get an inexpensive purchase. So, the first card, which will lead into our monster, is a 1941 play ball Harry the Horse Danning. This is a PSA 7, which for a regular play ball is quite impressive for a card of that age. However, this is the paper hand cut version. So these came in sheets, promotional sheets, and one had to cut them out by hand. So having one in a 7 is indeed very, very difficult. And they only did it for the first portion of the set. So I have a few of these, not the Danning. I have a few raw ones. I saw this in a 7. It was inexpensive, so I figured I'd pick it up and add it to the Jewish collection. But the one, I've always been trying to see if wait for it to pop up, even though it can. Was hoping for an authentic one just because they're cheaper. This next card did pop up, and I had to go after it. So this is the 1941 play ball paper Hank Greenberg in a PSA 4. Excellent shape. The cut is a little off, but completely reasonable. And corner's a little iffy, so there's a little wave to the top edge, which is really why it's going to got knocked. Everything else, the surface is great. Corners are decent, not fantastic, but just a really, really good looking card. And I have one of these raw, but I did not have one in a slab. So I will still send the raw one out eventually. But having one in a slab is always nice. And I do not mind having two of these, especially when the pop is 13, I believe, from PSA on these 41 paper Greenbergs. And of course there's other. SGC has a bunch of them that they've done too. So that's the first monster card. Again, it's a Pop 13 Playing Days Greenberg. Not the cheapest thing in the world. So, this next item is rather interesting. Cover that last one up. Did throw in a couple Jewish players, Lieberthal and Amaro from the Phillies, as bonuses. But this is something that I've never seen, even though it's in poor shape. And talking to Brian B. Raw 6, he's only seen I think 2 or 3, if I remember correctly, him telling me. So these are domed pins. Yes, it's scuffed on the front, but when someone that's been around collecting Greenberg for a fair amount of time has only seen 2 or 3, when this pops up, you bid on it. Thankfully, I guess because of condition, it was $20. So I am all good with that. The interesting thing with this domed pin is I basically just took a 360 point one touch, put it in a penny sleeve, folded over, put in the one touch, and it's actually holding pretty good. It's not shaking around. It's not scraping against anything. And then she's a label maker up top. So it's not a monster, but it's a rare piece. But now we're going to get to something brand new for me. I knew of its existence. I'd seen a few on eBay in the past. There might still be some listed. Seen them at auction. Seen them in collections. I'd never really had a reasonable opportunity to buy one. And it's one of the pieces I have been missing from the Greenberg collection. And that is the 1935 George Burke stamp. Someone wrote 36 on it. It's 35 stamp. Plain back, this was at one point put on a black backer. And for size comparison, yeah, that's regular card size. Here's the stamp. It's slightly bigger than a regular postage stamp. But absolutely great image. The surface itself is fantastic shape on this. So having a nice clear image on this, I'm very happy with. This was listed on eBay. I made an offer. Went back and forth with the seller a little bit. And eventually was able to land this monster for the collection. And believe me, these are very, very difficult to come by. And I'm just happy to have one in the collection, which leaves me with just a handful of main playing days pieces that I'd like to pick up. For me to consider my Greenberg collection to a reasonable level of completeness. So 2 main pieces left. There's always going to be more than that of the various pieces that are available and different issues, but this is a big one for me, and I'm really happy that it popped up. We're able to make a deal, and it's now added to the collection. So that is the monster mail day for me, at least. 3 really key hanks. Again, this one did not have in a slab. These 2 I did not have, period, raw or slabbed. The Danning is always a nice addition to have. Another Rosen in the background, but absolutely great Hank mail day with 2 monsters and more. Maybe not quite this level, but more big cards on the way. So hopefully this is living up to my billing of what to expect on the channel. But really happy to add them. The collection continues to grow a little bit at a time, and still maintaining an even keel of stuff I'm selling, stuff I'm buying, which is very, very important, especially nowadays with the state of the hobby. So anyway, that's what I got for you this time around. Until next time, please remember to collect what you enjoy what you collect, and don't let anybody, especially the market or YouTuber, dictate that to you. And most importantly, have fun. And have fun by being active in this community. So find your way of participating, whether it's making videos, watching and commenting, going to live streams, group chats, going to LCS or local card show, or simply talking about the hobby with family and friends. The more you put into it, the more you'll get out of it. The more you'll learn, the more your PC will grow, the more people you'll meet, and the more fantastic friendships you'll form. So I thank you very much for joining me. Hope to see you again. Have a good one, and bye for now.